everyone. I'm Kara Minowie. This is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, January 14th. On today's show, we plan an amazing trip to Mackinac Island near the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We'll also take you through the newly completed and decorated home in Palm Acres, which is a sample of what will soon be built in Shell Point's newest neighborhood, the Estuary. But first, statistics show that 1 out of every 6 older Americans has vision impairment. At Shell Point, this means many of you have vision issues that often make day-to-day activities difficult. But Shell Point is here to provide solutions. That's why, for example, we here at Shell Point TV read the happenings and menus out loud so that those who can't see the weekly reminder can still be informed as to what's going on every day. You can benefit from many more tips like this by attending the Vision Enrichment Group. They meet this morning at 10:15 a.m. in the Social Center on the island, and all are welcome to attend. If you have any questions about the Vision Enrichment Group, call Angie Pritchard at 454-2134 or Sandy Weber at 225-2929. And tomorrow, it's the day that many people have been looking forward to. That is, if you hail from Sweden or Norway or Denmark. It's Scandinavian night in the Crystal Room, where you can enjoy beautiful hors d'oeuvres like caviar and creamed herring, as well as a full smorgasbord of hot dishes. Greg Pindara calls it his biggest buffet of the year, so you surely don't want to miss it. Scandinavian night happens tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. in the Crystal Room on the island. During this record-setting cold of January, it may seem like madness to imagine ourselves in cold places like Scandinavia, or even here in the U.S., where in Upper Michigan last week it was 26 below with 72-mile-an-hour winds. But during the summer, Upper Michigan is an amazing travel destination, especially the jewel of the area, Mackinac Island. Shell Point and Isings Travel are planning a trip to Mackinac in July, and Bev Chanley is here with all the details.
Hi everybody, I'm Bev Chanley and I'm here with Jeanne VanHouten from Isings Travel. Jeanne she does the magic with our travel program here at Shell Point. We work together, we've been working together for 5 years, and we're here to talk a little bit about a trip we have coming up this summer in July to Mackinac Island in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Well, last summer when I went on a vacation, I did go to Mackinac Island, and I got on the phone when I got back and I said, Jeanne, if ever there was a good summer trip for our residents, maybe this would be it. And so her idea was,
well, perfect. We're going to go to Mackinac Island, beautiful island, set between the upper and the lower peninsula of Michigan, some of the most beautiful area that there is in Michigan. And we're going to stay at the wonderful Grand Hotel, which is really America's summer place since 1887.
Wow, that sounds nice already, but do we fly right into, we can't fly to the island, can we?
We can't. We're going to fly as close as we can get, which is Traverse City. Again, a wonderful little place right on Lake Michigan. We'll overnight there before we get going on our wonderful scenic drive up along the coast of Michigan.
Well, that sounds, where will we stay in Traverse City?
We're going to stay at the Grand Traverse Resort in Traverse City for an overnight, and then travel the following day through some of the most beautiful scenery in Michigan to the ferry landing that'll take us over to Mackinac Island.
Now, one little town I remember visiting last summer that I fell in love with was Petoskey. Are we going to be going through Petoskey?
Absolutely. We'll make a stop in Petoskey. Very charming little town. What did you experience in Petoskey that you like so much?
Well, first of all, the name of it was very curious to me because I have sort of a geology background, so I thought Petoskey stones. But I was fascinated with that little town. It's a very artsy little town and has the best gelato on the planet. Well, you know, when we get to Mackinac City, before we get our ferry, will we get a chance to see that Mackinac Bridge that everybody hears about?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Does it go to the island?
No, there's no way to get to the island but by boat or by ferry. We'll take that over to the island. And when we get to Mackinac Island, there's no motor vehicles, only horse-drawn carriages.
That's what I really loved. I loved the sound of the horse hooves, clip-clop, clip-clop. No traffic, no smell of of vehicles, no horns. It was wonderful, just foot traffic and horses.
It's definitely a step back in time, and then to have the wonderful opportunity to spend 3 nights at the Grand Hotel, a magnificent hotel built in 1887, and they're still keeping the old world charm about it, and the classiness about it, the elegant classiness about it.
Well, when we were there last summer and we went to the Grand Hotel, that we were treated so nicely, and they took us to the lunch area where we had a buffet lunch that was unbelievable. And so we're not going to go hungry at the Grand Hotel.
No, the food is outstanding now, and we will include all of the breakfasts and all the dinners. And then, of course, after dinner in the evening, you have the Grand Hotel Orchestra that plays every evening. Just a really wonderful end to each day.
And we have some tours during the daytime. The horse-drawn carriages will be coming regularly up to the hotel and take the residents where they want to be, or they can go on an organized tour. Is that right?
That's right. We're going to include a horse-drawn carriage tour of the island itself. We're also going to have a cruise, a lighthouse cruise on the island, so that'll be something extra special. We'll go to a special art museum that they have there called the Richard and Jeanne Minogian Art Museum. And then we're going to have extra special items at the hotel itself. We'll have a private history lecture just for our group. We'll have a behind-the-scenes tour of the Grand Hotel. And then, of course, there's all that wonderful time just to relax on the longest covered porch in the world.
The big porch, I remember quite well. It was lovely. I could have sat there for hours.
Well, I think what's unique about the Grand Hotel experience is the experience itself, the classic experience, the elegant experience, and the really wonderful step back into time that you just don't find these days.
It's hard to find, that's for sure. I'm so glad that we've had this opportunity to put this trip together. Now, if the residents sign up now, will they save a little money?
Absolutely. There's an advance purchase of $50 per person as long as they get in.
March 15th.
March the 15th. We already have a lot of people signing up. The trip will fill up very quickly, so we encourage you to make your reservations as early as possible, because it's sort of a once-in-a-lifetime kind of opportunity to go with Shell Point.
Well, I agree, and I think it's going to be a great trip, and we hope you'll think about signing up. We already have couples celebrating their 65th anniversary. We have quite a few signed up already, so do join us, and we're happy you joined us here today. Thank you on behalf of myself and Jeanne VanHouten.
Well, folks, it's been the topic of conversation for anyone who passes by the entrance to the island. It's the new Palm Acres house, which has been built as a sample to show what the homes will look like in Shell Point's newest neighborhood, the Estuary. Now, we understand everyone's curious about the house and they all want to see what the inside looks like. But there are 2 problems with that. Number 1, the house has already been purchased as is, and you can imagine if it were your house, you wouldn't want big crowds of people walking through your bedrooms and bathrooms. The second problem, our sales staff are working hard to pre-sell the Estuary, and so giving tours to curious residents just for fun would be a bit of a distraction. But have no fear, Shell Point TV is here. We were allowed access to film the house in all of its features, including the individual pool and the soaring great room. Here's a sample of what homes will be like at the Estuary.
Hi everybody, it's Jared Pike with Shell Point TV. With me is Mary Moore, our Moving Resources Manager. And Mary, the house is done.
Yes, it is. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
This is the Estuary sample home. And we know a lot of you have been curious about this home. We showed you when it was under construction, but it's finished now. And because it's somebody's home, you can't exactly go and just kind of tramp through it. So we're going to take a tour and show you the finer points of this Estuary sample home. Now, the first thing, Mary, is that the exterior just looks gorgeous.
It is. You know, Jared, we tried to model all of our models for the Estuary after the old Florida style. We have the metal roofs, a lot of neat architectural features like cupolas. Some of them have dormers. You can see the garage is a 2-car plus a golf cart garage, and there are wood doors, nice wraparound front porches, all on one level.
All on one level, which means there's no stairs. You walk or roll up a ramp or up a driveway, up through the patio, and we're going to roll through the golf cart garage because it's a pretty unique feature to have a little 2+ golf cart. So this is where the golf cart would come in, and as you mentioned, there's no step. It's all one grade, one level as they call it. Big garage, lots of storage possibilities, and then inside, that's where the real magic happens. Now, what I look at, Mary, first when I walk in the house is the size. Talk about that for a minute.
Soaring ceilings. If you go into any room, especially in the entranceway, they're about 30 feet high, and a really nice feature with the cupolas in this particular model.
This kitchen looks fantastic, but we do want people to know that there are a lot of upgrades here.
There are, Jared. As a matter of fact, all throughout the home, since it's a preview home, we do have a lot of upgrades. In the kitchen, granite, level 1 granite is standard, but this is an upgraded granite for this particular home. The stainless steel appliances, for example, are upgrades, and even the cabinets are an upgraded cabinet, which you can do. The backsplash is an upgrade. And note the floor, the wood floor throughout is an upgrade. This would typically be tile, and you'd have carpet in the living room area and in the bedrooms.
So Mary, tell me about this master suite.
This master suite is fabulous. Again, the high ceilings, the tray ceiling in here. Let's look at the bay window as a nice feature in the master bedroom. This one looks out to the canal. If you had this home over at the Estuary, of course you'd look out into the golf course or a pond perhaps. It has a door that goes out to a lanai typically, and as we're walking this way you'll see 2 closets. One large walk-in closet here, and then we have a smaller one right here. Of course, in my house, that would mean this would be the wife's closet and this would be the husband's closet.
And also lots of storage solutions in here.
Yes, that's an upgrade. That is a closet organizer system.
And then the master bath has a lot of interesting features. Tell us about that.
It does. The master bath, this typically would be tile, and it is, but this is an upgraded tile. Notice the frameless shower door, which is an upgrade. The shower will be tiled though with 4-inch tumbled marble on the floor. And we have granite in the on the vanity, and granite is a standard for the vanities in here. This is an upgraded granite, of course. And then the cabinets that flow from the kitchen into here, the same cabinets. We had a designer from Mata Brothers pick these features, and I think she did a nice job.
And then in here is kind of a washroom.
It is. It's such a nice thing to have your laundry room attached to your bathroom, because you just do your laundry and then you can just put it right away because your bedroom's there and then your bathroom's right there. Utility sink.
And as we mentioned before, the utility sink looks just as good as the bathroom sink.
It does.
Just as good as everything.
It certainly doesn't look like the old utility sinks and garages that you used to see. And this is the beautiful great room with the soaring ceilings. We have a little inset that was an upgrade for a television. The way they designed this, they put the inset for a large flat screen TV, and this is a great upgrade that I expect most people will want to do for their great room.
Again, the cupola. Talk about that cupola.
Well, that brings in some wonderful natural light from the windows up into the cupola. And up in the ceiling of that, we have some nice wood features that have been painted that really does a lot for that area. If you look straight ahead, where these curtains are, this used to be a screened lanai, and they opted to enclose that. So now it is an air-conditioned space with the enclosed lanai, and added a lot more square footage to the home. Dining room right here, we have the bay windows right here with plantation shutters throughout, which is an upgrade.
Now there's a dining room here, but there's also a second dining room by the kitchen. Let's go over there.
Certainly. We call it our morning room. Mata Brothers does a wonderful job with this Florida-style furniture.
Now again, it's tough to communicate this on television, but tell us what we're looking at. This is basically a glass wall here.
Sure, it's like a picturesque view of whatever your view is out back. So from the morning room, if you look straight ahead, we're going to see our Deepwater Canal. If you were at the Estuary, you would look right out to the golf course or to the lake or perhaps to the community building or pool, depending on what your lot was.
Now, because this is a sample home, it does have a few extra touches. For example, this grill, which normally would be outside, is now actually in the home because the lanai is not glassed off. It's actually part of the home. But there's a hood there and allows you to grill while you're actually in the house. And once you have the doors open, the inside becomes the outside. So let's go outside and see what's out there.
Okay. These people have opted to put a pool and a jacuzzi in, and has some wonderful pavers around the pool. The jacuzzi that flows into the pool, and you could actually do some swimming in here because it's long enough for that.
And this is a unique feature at Shell Point, individual pools. This is something only available in the estuary.
And yeah, and in Paul Maker's homes.
And in Paul Maker's.
Right.
But this is a great, it's all screened in, so no bugs, and you can enjoy the outdoors right outside your back patio.
Yep.
All right, there are a couple other bedrooms we want to show you. Let's go inside.
As you see, the colors that they have in the living room and the dining room, the colors are kind of brought into the other bedrooms too.
So we have oranges and we have blues and
right?
greens.
So this bedroom actually was transformed into a den, if you will, but it could be a bedroom, and it has a closet, so it is a bedroom. And you'll notice the same colors that were pulled in from the other rooms in here.
And then down the hall, there's a...
Then we have a shared bathroom here. And notice it's on the other side of the house, so if you have guests, you're going to have a lot of privacy, and it's you have your own hallway here, so it's not facing the great room. Third bedroom, and they use this as a guest bedroom. Notice the color that they pulled in from the other rooms.
And then, of course, this house also has a welcoming front porch.
It sure does, Jared. You could sit out here in some chairs and watch your neighbors as they go by, and talk to the people on the golf course if you're out at the estuary.
And there's going to be a lot of new neighbors at the estuary. This is kind of a reflection of the homes that are going to be out there. But we're glad to show you this home that's in Paul Maker's as an example of what's coming very soon to the estuary. So for Mary Moore, this is Jared Pike for Shell Point TV.
If you know of someone who might be interested in the new homes being built in the estuary, call the Welcome Center at 466-1131 or visit our sales website at www.shellpoint.org. Now it's time to cover all Tuesday's happenings from Resort Services. Then stay tuned for your Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections.
Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in with us to the happening segment of Shell Point TV. My name is Leslie Brand and I'm here with Bev Chanley, and it is Tuesday, January 14th, and we are about to tell you all about the activities that are going on today. We're going to start bright and early at 7:15 with the Health Connections, Bend and Breathe and Balance in the Health Club. 8 o'clock is the Round Robin Men's Doubles Tennis at the tennis courts. Stamp Ministry is at 8:15 in the Stamp Room on the island. At 8:30 we have Bocce at the Bocce Courts. And Ladies Golf Association is at 8:30 also at the Shell Point Golf Club. 9:15 is the Open Painting in the Art Studio on the island. Match Play Mixed Doubles Tennis will be at the tennis courts at 9:30. And Through the Bible study group is at 10:15 in the Osprey Room. Also at 10:15 is the Vision Enrichment group in the Social Center. And Susie Q's going out to Rum Runners for lunch at 11 o'clock. Sign up is required. 11:45 is the Health Connections Living Healthy in the Osprey Room on the island. Now here's Bev to tell everyone the afternoon activities for today.
Thank you, Leslie. We're going to start out the afternoon lineup with 12:30 Mixed Progressive Bridge. That'll be in the game room down at the Woodlands. At 1:15, we have the Knitters group in the Osprey Room. Also at 1:15, we have Shuffleboard. That'll be out on the Shuffleboard courts behind the Resident Activity Center. The next 1:15 activity is the Rollicking Recorderists in the Tarpon Room. And lastly, at 1:15, we have the Women's Ministries Prayer Group. That'll be in the Hospitality Room of the Village Church. At 1:30, the Stamp Ministry will be in the Sable Room at the Woodlands. And we have a Health Connections class at 2:45, Balance and Mobility Training Level 2. That's in the Health Club. Currently, that is full. At 4:15, we have a Health Connections class, Tai Chi Cha, in the Health Club, and that is currently full. At 6:30, we have a trip going out to Arsenic and Old Lace. That's at the Florida Repertory Theater. Court pickups begin on the island at 6:30, the Woodlands at 6:45, and Eagles Preserve, 7 o'clock. Sign up is required. Well, we're sure glad you joined us today, and we'll be back here again tomorrow to let you know what's happening.
Hi, I'm Terry Kolath with your Academy information for Tuesday, January 14th. At 9:15, our pottery course continues in the pottery studio on the island, Throwing on the Wheel. At 9:15, How to Use and Be Productive with Gmail will take place in the Computer Teaching Center on the island, and sign up is required. At 10 o'clock, Komodo, Land of Volcanoes and the Last Dinosaurs, will take place in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands. You may sign up right at the class. At 10:15, we have an Apple iPad class. Why do I need one? Will it replace my PC? This will be in the Manatee Room of the island, and sign up is required. At 1 o'clock, our Life Review Reminiscence class continues in the Buttonwood Room of the Woodlands. And at 1 o'clock, the Tale of Two Cities, Session 2, will take place in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands, and sign up is required. At 1 o'clock, Using FaceTime on iPhones and iPads will begin in the Oak Room of the Woodlands, and sign up is required. At 1:15, Where Did That File Go? Will take place in the Computer Teaching Center on the island, and this is a continuation. At 1:15, we continue pottery, Throwing on the Wheel, in the Pottery Studio and the island.
Menus for Tuesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is short ribs with baked potatoes and green beans. The dinner special is the Build Your Own Stir Fry Bar for $11.95, and the soup of the day is baked potato. In the Island Cafe for lunch, enjoy a tuna melt with fresh fruit and chips for $7.25. The dinner special is country fried steak with mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill on Tuesday are linguine and clams for $15.95, or grilled barbecue shrimp for $13.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm Karen Chamberlin, and this is Eleanor Perkins.
Hi.
And we're both members of the Bible Study Committee at Village Church. We're here today to remind you that those ladies that participated in the fall Bible study of Missing Pieces, that the second half begins in February. What are the dates that the Bible study is in February, Eleanor?
Starts on February the 4th, Tuesday, February the 4th, and then it'll be the 4th, the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th, 7 days after that. And we meet from 9:45 until 11:30 in the hospitality room at the church.
Okay. If you didn't participate in the fall study, you are still welcome to join us for the second session. The wonderful thing is that the lessons each stand on their own. They're each independent, and a workbook is available. Can you tell us a little bit about that workbook?
Yes. The next sessions we're going to study God, Are You There? God, Are You Aware? God, Do You Hear Prayer? And the last week it will be God, Do You Err? And the workbook is a wonderful thing for us to have. I have enjoyed it as much, I guess, as any study that we've ever done. It's not too much. It's not so much work that I feel burdened, but yet all of her questions and the scripture references in the workbook are so applicable to what she says to us on the video, so I can relate it all together.
I think that's what I like so much about the study. So many studies, you are looking for the applications, and I mean, she just spells them right out there for you and gives you those applications.
Yes, she does. As the women who were there before know, Jennifer lost her eyesight at age 15. So she comes at this from a perspective that few of us have, and her walk with the Lord has been so interesting, and the life lessons that she has learned from learning in the dark, have really blessed me in tremendous ways. I have enjoyed every bit of it and look forward to our next session together.
Likewise, me too. Just for you ladies that did not participate in the first part of the study, we meet and we have about a 20 to 25 minute video. Yep. And Jennifer, being blind, has to memorize everything that she's going to talk to us about. So the videos are short, and then we break down into our small groups. We have a facilitator, and we discuss the things that we've gleaned from the workbook. And then we go home and we do the workbook for the following week. Yeah. And it's really been a blessing. Eleanor and I feel that way, and I'm sure many of you ladies that took the study in October would say the same thing.
What about if they don't have a workbook now and didn't take the study before but would like to get one? Because I think the workbook would be very beneficial. Like you said before, each session stands on its own. It doesn't build, so you haven't missed something that you need to go into the next one. So the workbook is important. So what if they would like to get a workbook now?
Right. Well, the workbooks are $15, and if they want a workbook, they do need to call me.
Yes.
And I need time to order it and get it to them so that they have time to do week 3, which we're starting with. And I really need people to call me by January 20th, because that gives me enough time to do all this and get the book to you.
You will be tremendously blessed by not only doing the work, studying the scriptures, hearing the videos, but also by meeting with the other women as we meet together, because it's like the iron sharpening iron. We grow with one another, and we learn from one another, because we all come from different experiences in life, and it's a blessing to be with the other women here.
It is, and we don't have to belong to the village church. We have women in the study that go to other churches, and we welcome that, and we really are hoping that many of you that might be listening to this will consider joining us for the second session, because we know that you will be blessed, and those lessons that you've missed, something you can do later on. You really don't even need the video to do these lessons. That's what's so great about this Bible study.
Yes. It really is. So come and join us. We would love to see you there.
February 4th, 9:45.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as we meet Tennis Hall of Famer Fred Drilling, who is teaching a tennis expo right here at Shell Point. We'll also tour the home of Phil Matthews, who gets the most out of his new 1-bedroom and den home in Rosemont. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, January 14th. I'm Kara Minowie. From all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.